Hi everyone, it's Arlene. Today I'm making a quick little thank you card. It is using some of the new product. Actually, I think everything I'm using today is new product, with the exception of a couple of things. But got some new stamp sets that I want to show you. This becomes available June 1st, which it probably already is by the time you see this video, with the new Stampin' Up catalog. So you can always look at it online, but I really like to have my own catalog and take a look at it. I usually put post-it notes in there, and I decide what I want to use and all that fun stuff, what I want to order, what I have to have now, what I can have later. So remember, if you want your own copy and you do not have a demonstrator already, please get in touch with me and I will be glad to send you one. So I want to make a couple of, some thank you cards. And that is for some customers that have ordered previously and that have requested the new catalog. So I'm using two new stamp sets. This is the Swirly Bird, and I'm also using Perfectly Wrapped. I'm just going to be using the thanks for that one. So we'll start out with the piece of paper that I used. I used two different kinds. I have some of the in color. This actually is the Sweet Sugar Plum. Isn't that pretty? And that I've cut, it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I actually cut it lengthwise. So it is 4 1/4 by 11 inches wide, and then I scored it down the middle at 5 1/2. So it's going to be folded like this kind of card. Okay, and then what I've done here, this is a white piece of Whisper White, and I just cut it 1/4 inch smaller, so it, the Sweet Sugar Plum frames it nicely. So this one is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I'm going to set my Sweet Sugar Plum aside, and we'll be stamping using just on the Whisper White. And I'm going to be using two of the stamp sets from the Swirly Bird, and that is the this flower shape here, and then the smaller one it has more of a line design. Okay, and I am taking the Sweet Sugar Plum. So the Sweet Sugar Plum I'm going to use because it's going to correspond. It's going to be right in the middle, and I want it to kind of have my eye drawn toward that same color as the base of my card. And these actually are pretty bright. They're fairly intense, but I want this card to have a lighter look, more subtle look. So what I'm going to do is actually just, you can see what I've done here, is stamp off some of that excess ink, and then I'll just stamp directly in the middle. And one nice thing about this, it doesn't really matter where I place it, so I don't have to be really perfect, which is a good thing because I tend to not always line things up the way they should be lined up. Okay, and then I'm taking the smaller stamp, more of an outline image, and let's go with the Peekaboo Peach. These are so pretty, these colors and all combined. And the nice thing about this card, it uses all 5 colors. I'll show you. So again, ink up your stamp, stamp off, and then just kind of randomly, I'm going to put a couple of these designs here in the Peekaboo Peach. Okay, and clean my stamp. I'm going to go with a different color. Okay, then I'm going to go with Flirty Flamingo. It's a nice pink color. Okay, ink up my stamp, stamp off. Do again. I've got some nice light colors going on there. So it's really quiet here. Isn't it nice? Can you guys hear that? There's nothing else except for me. The dryer's going on too, but that's okay. So kids are all asleep, dogs are asleep, I think. TV's off, dishwasher's done. Okay, I'm using the Emerald Envy. I want to actually have another stamp I want to use from the Swirly Bird. And this is just a background stamp. You see it right here? It's like a splatter. I'm going to use that one as well. Okay. We'll get that one inked up. Again, ink up my image, stamp it off. And I'm going to have it go down here. Again, ink up my image, stamp off, up here. Okay. So far I have 4 different colors going on there. And then there's one color left I have not used, and that's the Dapper Denim. I used that in my last video, so you got to see a little what that looks like. Now I want to use that for the word thanks. And I want the thanks to show up a little bit more. The background more of what this is more of a background, but I want the thanks to stand out. So I'm not going to ink off onto a scratch piece of paper. I'm just going to put that directly on my card. And that's the Dapper Denim. Isn't that nice? That's all 5 of the colors. They go together really well. Okay, I've got that. All right. Now, with this Swirly Bird set, you can purchase this in a bundle or purchase it separately, but they have the thinlits. And this is what the thinlits are right here. And for today's card, I used this one right here. You'll notice that there's some holes right here, and what I did is I just took, you're probably not supposed to use a really sharp pen. I have almost like a push pen, and I just was really careful because it does tend to stick because it's more intricate design. So you just push that out and those pieces will lift out for you. So just be careful once you've run it through your die cut machine. You just have to be really careful when you lift that out. But it turns out gorgeous. So here it is right here. And all I'm going to do is just lay that right on top. Just take some glue. And again, this does not matter where you put it. I like these kind of cards. Okay, gorgeous. All right, now to add a little bit of pizzazz to this, I'm going to use the Wink of Stella. This is the clear. This just gives it a real subtle hint of some iridescence. I don't know if you can see that. I'll hold it up, but it's just a very light shimmer. And again, you don't have to, you don't have to be real precise with this. If you get on your card, it's okay because it's clear, so it's just going to give a hint. I mean, you can even see how light that is on white. Okay, I'm going to hold this up if you can see that. Let's see if it gets in there. Oh, there it goes. So just a hint of shimmer. See underneath the thanks? It really doesn't do much because it's clear, but it's beautiful on more of a colored cardstock, just like that. Okay. And then take the back. One thing nice about, if you mess up, you just turn it over, which is what I did on this one. And then this gets glued here. And you have a beautiful card. I love the way that turned out, using all 5 of Stampin' Up's new in colors, which all represented here. And it's a quick card. So thank you again so much for watching, and have a great day or evening. Thank you.